Hi guys and girls, it's Team Massive Joe's sponsored athlete Asha Coulthard. I'm here with Keeping Up with Asha, a fitness model's journal, season 7, episode number 2. So just to recap a little bit on what's been happening the last couple of weeks since the last episode, which thank you everyone for the huge support. It was great to have all your comments and have all your feedback and everything else that you guys reported on with that video. So thank you, keep all the questions coming because I absolutely love it. So in terms of what's been happening, training has been insane. So I've like completely hit a new level with my training and I'm absolutely loving it. So lifting heavy again, hitting numbers, I'm thriving on it. So my body hasn't been so sore, so it's absolutely incredible. So in terms of training, everything else is pretty much just like stayed the same. Diet is exactly the same, obviously changing my meals up with ready fit meals, but being really consistent and maintaining my body weight, which is obviously the ultimate goal. So all of that has pretty much stayed the same. I was a little bit sick there for a while, so obviously coming back from the UK, I picked up some sort of virus, flu, I'm not really sure what it was, but it kind of kept hitting back, and I think we've been back for like 5 weeks now, so it's kind of really been consistent pretty much throughout the whole time I've been back. So I'm fully recovered from that. I have just been like upping my greens like crazy the last couple of weeks. But other than that, that's kind of all that's been happening. Now, I've had a few questions in terms of my training, and obviously lifting heavy again, people are like, oh my God, you're gonna grow. You know, you've spent such a long time trying to taper the muscle down, and now all of a sudden, you know, you're lifting heavy again and changing your body composition again. You know, what's your next goal? I'm still a little bit up in the air in terms of what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of really focusing on finding the passion again and not training for like 2 years properly. Obviously I was still training, but I wasn't training individual body parts, and it was kind of just like going into the gym and maintaining and downsizing rather than training for a purpose. It was kind of just, it wasn't mentally, it was mentally hard going in there knowing that I wasn't actually going in there to change anything. I was just really maintaining what I had, and then obviously when I prep, just to try and cut the body fat down. So it wasn't a challenge. I wasn't pushing myself to obviously that next level. So mentally that's really hard if you spent like your whole life trying to build and tailor your body towards a certain goal. So it was kind of the opposite for me the last couple of years. So going in and mentally hitting numbers and pushing yourself to that absolute limit with your strength training, you know, it's a really good feeling, and the endorphins that's released, you know, it's completely changed my persona, and you know, I'm back being the person that I loved being, and you know, my passion has just bounced back straight away, and that's what I was after. You know, that end goal of doing what you love. I kind of lost track of that. So yeah, I'm really happy to be back in that zone, and I feel like myself again. And a lot of people around me have kind of noticed that. You know, I'm smiling in the gym again, and you know, I'm enjoying myself rather than kind of just pushing through the days to kind of get, I'm not really sure where. But yeah, that's kind of like really been the main question from the last couple of weeks, is obviously, you know, why I'm doing it, what I'm doing it for, and you know, that's really why I'm doing it, because I just want to be happy with what I'm doing, and yeah, it makes me happy, so that's why I'm doing it. In terms of the end goal, you know, I haven't really set an end goal in terms of competition-wise. There's a few things on the cards at the moment in terms of, you know, what I'm going to do, but nothing's set in stone. So until I've decided exactly what I want to do and which direction I want to take it, then obviously I'll let you guys know, and of course you guys will be the first to know. But yeah, this week we did a training video on shoulders. So been training shoulders quite a fair bit at the moment, obviously, because I haven't really done it in a long time. So shoulder workout for you guys this week was brought to you at Anytime Fitness Blackwood, and I was training with one of my clients, Dale, who is a girl. So yeah, it was a really good workout, and it's obviously training with someone that obviously has the same passion with you and is striving to do something, obviously helps as well. So yeah, I've been training with Dale a few times, and we've had some really good workouts. We did the 404 on the weekend, so if anyone follows me on Snapchat, then you would have seen that one. That was an absolute killer quad session. And that's kind of really it. I don't really have any other news for you. Obviously all the wedding planning stuff is going really well. Everything in terms of hormones is really balanced. So I had my last checkup with my GP, or my doctor, my hormone specialist, and everything is kind of like smooth sailing this month. So fingers crossed that it all stays the same. So I'm really back in that good place, and I'm definitely planning on staying here for a really long time. So I don't really have any big plans or anything planned at the moment. Obviously we've got the girls comp coming up. We've got one in Melbourne in 3 or 4 weeks time, so we're going to the Amanda Doherty All-Female Classic. We've got a team going over to that one, and then obviously we've got a heap of state shows coming up. So we've got girls competing in the ICN, the NABA shows, the IFBB shows that are here, and the INBA shows. So we've got a big team coming into Season B here at SA, as well as girls in Canberra and Victoria and the Northern Territory. So yeah, it's all happening for Team Asha in particular for the end of the year in terms of preps. So there's lots of action happening on our Instagram pages. So just make sure you stay up to date and support all the girls, because they absolutely thrive on it. So yeah, just make sure you like our Team Asha page and follow all the comp spam through there, rather than following it through me, because there is not a lot of comp spam happening at the moment. But let's get to this workout, and if you guys have any questions, then obviously let me know, and I will report back as soon as possible. Let's get to this workout. So we started this workout with lateral raises. Now with these lateral raises, this was a new tricep that I've been working on lately. I absolutely love this tricep. So a tricep is 3 exercises. So we started off with a heavy set, so working with 15 reps, and just really focusing on squeezing at the top with this first set. And then we dropped the weight down to about half, and then we worked on top reps. So this is where you take the weight up to the lateral raise ending position, take the weight down halfway, and then squeeze the weight back up. Again, really focusing on trying to squeeze from your lateral, from your shoulders, rather than trying to pull from your traps. So really try and focus on that top delt rather than the trap movement. Obviously your trap's going to come into it some part when you start to fail. But like I said, if you need to drop the weight down halfway through, then drop the weight and really focus on that squeeze. So the next one we did, obviously we dropped the weight down again to half. So I think we're lifting about 2 kilos here. And then we're doing top reps. So where we start at the top and then come down to the lateral. Really, you got to really focus on squeezing from the shoulders here. Again, because the traps can come into this a lot. So just really make sure you're focusing on squeezing. This was an absolute killer burn. Trying to push those dumbbells back up is absolutely insane. So yeah, that was a really good tricep to start off with. It absolutely fried our lateral raises. And as you can see, I'm wearing the all black TMJ apparel, leggings and crop. They are bloody amazing. So the next exercise we moved on to was rear delts. So this is just the rear delt machine. Obviously this piece of equipment can be used for chest as well in reverse. We are doing the rear delts. So again, we did 4 sets with this one. We aim for about 20, 15, 12, 10, 8 reps, and then obviously drop set. So when you drop set, just drop the weight down to half, and then obviously just rep them out. So with the drop set in particular, with this one, I just did pulse reps. So where we come halfway down and then squeeze it back, just try and keep the tension on the rear delts at all times. And as you can see, I'm using a foam roller in between my chest and the machine. This is just to keep my chest just away, and it helps me activate my rear delts a lot more rather than me leaning into the machine. So give that one a try, that's always nice and handy. So moving on to the next exercise, and you can see Miss Amberdos is next to me, training shoulders as well. So moving on to the next exercise, this is more focused on front delts rather than top delts. So just really focusing on squeezing the top delts in, the front delts in, and feeling that burn. So we didn't go heavy at all with this, just really tried to focus on feeling it through the front delts and squeezing it in, and then just failing with pulse reps. And then drop set again. So I always, 90% of the time I will drop set the weight, especially if I don't have someone there spotting me, then just to get those extra reps out, that's what I do. So feeling it at the top and squeezing it really hard. And I don't know if I supersetted this one or not, but as you can see, I'm listening to music again. I've really been getting into my beats again, so I'm not the sort of person to listen to music, but recently lifting heavy again, I'm totally down for the beats. So the next exercise we did was on the Smith machine. So at Blackwood, we don't have seats that have the back up straight. So as you can see, I'm just slightly leaning forward just so I can keep my back up straight rather than being on an incline. And just failing with shoulder press. So I barely had any weight on this. I was that fatigued. But just making sure I come down full range and then squeezing all the way up. And then we supersetted this with behind the head. So again, coming down full range and just squeezing up. I was so fatigued at this point. So my traps were coming into this a lot, but it's really important that if you do start to feel it in other places, just to drop the weight down and then try and just push through rather than trying to use all your compound muscles, especially females with our traps who like to overtake us. And yeah, so that was a good workout. We also did like a hit session after this one. So what we did was we did battle ropes, and I pretty much spewed after this. I don't even know whose idea this was, but it was absolutely stupid. Battle ropes, so really focusing on the shoulders, so making sure the ropes go up nice and high, and then obviously slamming them down. We did like 20 ropes up and down, and then we did 20 circles. And as you can see, I'm dying already. So with the circles again, just making sure you come up to shoulder height, just so you can hit the shoulders, because obviously we're fatiguing the shoulders with this and also keeping the heart rate up. This absolutely killed. This is a killer burner, but it was good. And then we finished this little hit thing off with burpees, but trying to target the shoulders again. So with the burpee, I'm so screwed. So with the burpee, you want to come all the way down and make sure your hands are kind of close and your shoulders are coming over your hands, just so you can really hit the shoulders with this and fatigue them through. So we did, like I said, 20 up and down ropes, 20 circle ropes, and then 10 burpees to absolute failure. So that was absolutely insane. But this workout, yeah, like I said, was done at Blackwood Anytime Fitness. And I trained with Dale. So thanks for that, Dale. It was a good workout. I'm still pretty much recovering from this session, but it was good. So that was my shoulder workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it and picked up some handy tips. That tricep at the start was an absolute killer, so make sure you try that one. It's a good way to burn the laterals out and pump all the blood there at the beginning. So if you have any questions, make sure you comment below or hit me up on Facebook or Instagram or any of the social medias that are out there at the moment, and make sure you follow me on Snapchat for all my daily workouts. Yeah, that's pretty much all from me for this week, but like I said, I'm always here if you need any advice at all, so please make sure you contact me, and I'm looking forward to all your comments below. So you know what to do. hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the MassiveJoes.com YouTube videos and all the Keeping Up with Asha YouTube videos as well. If you need anything, please let me know. Coming to you from MassiveJoes.com.